There it is. It's been a while. Let me just step back, as we have both me and Adam been pretty busy. Let me just go like that. There you go, it's better. A bit tight in here for space, but manageable. So yeah, since the last video, quite a lot has happened, as visually you can see. So we've not got the A-pillar on this side yet because it's a double skinned, as it's an external hinge door. But we've got a heritage, where are we? Heritage scuttle. Non-genuine front, but it seems to fit quite nicely. It's currently half on the rotisserie and the other half at the back is currently propped up with some timbers, but this side is the better side. So I still need to make some spot welding arms. I've got some copper rod, which I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to try and make some spot welding arms from that and see if it works. So just so we can get a good bit in here, because at the moment that isn't actually welded, and neither is that front piece there. It's just on some clamps, but the rest of it is fully spot welded all the way up on the inner wings and just down here as well. So as you can see, wherever we can get the spot welder, it makes life so much easier, quicker, cleaner. Took a little bit of fettling, again, because I've got an old shell, some heritage panels, some aftermarket panels, but a bit of time, effort, a lot of fettling about, and we're almost like where we need to be, really. So this door, just to briefly mention, the step itself, it's an aftermarket step that came up right up here, which was really good because it came up, you can see over there, came up quite high, which is plenty enough. Took a while to get that in because we had to get the hinged A-panel really solid and the door hinging quite nicely. Once we've reskinned the door, there is a bit of metal to add to the bottom corner to square it back up to get a decent panel gap, but that's purely me being a bit more of a perfectionist, if I say so. So it's just stuff like this A-pillar here, just to make the door fit that little bit better. Done a slit right the way up there with a disc, and then knocked it back in, and then re-welded it and flatted it off. Once it's all body prepped and filled, just a little skim here and there. It's really not going to be noticeable, but it just really gives a better gap all round. So yeah, it's had inner and outer A-panel. It's had some modification and bits just to make the door fit that much better, a little bit better. Steps gone in. I did buy heritage sills. They're now in all the way down. Like I said, it was on the rotisserie fully, so it was upside down. Just in here, added some additional welds around the flitch panel to what's this one? Not the heel board, it's the foot board, isn't it? So just here, added some extra strength. I've added some 4mm plate as well, where the bolt holes I need to drill through for the rear subframe, just to add a bit more strength, really, because of the engine that's going in this, which is a 1275 A series, but I've got a 7-port head, which is going to be fitting with a lot of different internals. So quite looking forward to doing that with Mr. Adam. Heritage top panel has gone in as well there. And then if we come round to the inside, just move the chair. So we've got the inner B panel, it's all been removed, or what was left of the old has been removed, and the new one fitted. We then set to fit the outer B, which a little bit more fettling around, but the majority of that's gone in. Even though this looks scabby and old, this is purely a bit of pitting on the inside. You can't even see anything, so this is just going to have some metal protection. Some little bits, there's a tiny little bit there I need to bring back in for this gutter. There's tiny little bits like that, and then as you come around the corner here, where the original spots were and stuff like that. So I'm not fitting the rear, I'm actually having a Tornado cover on a flip up ABS Motorsports fiberglass lid, so that'll be interesting. I'm trying to match that with the interior. with covering it with some tan. But yeah, basically up here would have been original fixings, which are inside, but because they're going to be on show, I will be, let's get up there, I'll be cutting off the actual bolts. There's 6 of them in total, so I'll cut them off on the inside, re-weld it up so that once it's prepped and painted inside, you're not going to see it. It'll be nice and flat, and obviously out here just to keep it a bit cleaner. The rear cross member there, it was a little bit scabby along this edge, so I actually opened it up whilst it was on its side, cleaned it fully out, rust protected it, seam sealed it, knocked it all back nice and flat. There wasn't any horrible rust as such, it was just like where it blistered open in between the 2 pieces, so that's gone in quite nicely. And then the quarter panel. So the quarter panel itself is an aftermarket one. I don't know if you can get heritage on the quarter panels, but either way, this was like £170 just for an aftermarket, and I mean the fit wasn't that great for this door gap. So basically, down this whole edge here, I've had to slice, knock this edge back in to keep the original fold, and then re-weld. And then at the bottom here, I've had to actually add almost, I'd say, 10 mil. So I've had to cut through a brand new panel, cut it, bring it back down so it's in line with the step again, and then obviously refit it. So unfortunately, a bit of skimming on that, but the actual inside you will never see because it's actually lower down and you can't see it inside the pickup. I'll get that there because of the inner strengthening plate, so it's kind of hidden anyway, which is once the shell is like on its side and I'm happy with everything, before I paint underneath, I'm gonna fill all the cavities and stuff like that with proper protection. But anyway, moving round, all of this is spot welded again because there's an aftermarket wheel tub. This looks like it's out, but it's not actually not. It just needs trimming back. It's true to where the wheel tub fits, so there's a nice fit there. And a lot of work has gone into just getting it a nice square gap. I'll try and add some pictures now in between. So basically we've reformed and made this whole edge because this light quarter must have taken a whack at some point and it was majorly twisted. And bent, but we're trying to salvage because like one of these new is like £200 just for this light section. So flattening all that back out, reformed all this. We've put a repair section in, which is still yet to just complete round that corner. But moving on the inside, got it welded. The triangle strengthening piece there welded as well. This sits in a 90-degree angle, which is quite nice. And I've got 1 meter and 10 mil gap, which I need between the skin here and the skin on this side to actually allow for the door. It's 1 meter and 5 mil, so it gives me a 2.5 mil gap down both sides of the tailgate. So this side is super solid now, whereas before it was non-existent. Again, there you've got the new section there. So moving over to this side, the wheel arch itself, that's going to remain. That's actually just a bit of scabby rust in there. It's not actually rotten through. Going to be replacing this section. Before we take this off, at the moment we are loose because the bottom of this doesn't actually exist. I've got some packers in there at the minute just to keep it out enough for where we need it to be for the width. So basically, whilst it's sat in this position and the tailgate fits really nice, which I'll add a couple of pictures again, I'll repair the bottom side of this first and then remove it by cutting down this seam, and then basically put it on the shelf until such time this quarter comes off and the remainder of the red section up there as well. Then we're going to build the inner and outer A panels again, so the reversal of what we've done the other side. build the inner and outer A panels, get the door hinged, make sure the door gaps are nice at the front there. Door step will fit. If we need to add a little piece in to make it work, then we'll do so, and then work our way back from the door again. So basically, once that's done, the sill can go on, the rear quarter can go on, and then the light panel goes back on. Once that's done, there is then some scabby bits in the corners of the roof. You can probably see daylight through the corner there at the driver's front. It's going to have fun trying to reconstruct that, because the pickup is the only mini variant that doesn't have the same roof profile as any of the others. You can make a saloon one fit, but then I think you have to add along this edge here. I think you have a slightly deeper channel or a higher channel above the door, which I want to try and scoot away from, really. So yeah, this is it. I mean, it's come a long way in such a short space of time. So tomorrow, hopefully, it'll be cleaning up all the rear valance sections, the 3 pieces on the exterior and then the piece there, because again, underneath here it's received new tailgate hinges or hinge brackets. They're welded in. I've partly drilled out this where the actual hinge goes through, and I still need to drill the holes out here. As you can see, the floor's received some patches, but we've tried to keep as much of the profile shape in, so it's got the actual edge and it chamfers out. This all needs flattening back. I'm probably going to thinking about doing like a light wood finish on the inside slats, just to make it look nice. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy with it overall. And most of this load bed is original, as you can see. That there I've already cleaned off ages ago and like rust protected. So again, I'm just going to move forward with that. Like I said, we're same with the wheel tub. I'll clean that whilst I've got full access back to bare metal, and it's ready to rock and roll then, ready for the new panels to go in. So so it's coming along quite nicely in such a short space of time, really. It's got a full brand new step on the rear. That's all been welded back in. Again, another hole drill to drill there, so we can get to the bolt fixings, which are down through there for the tailgate, and then obviously the hinge slot through this other slot here. So yeah, once we're done with that and the roof is done, we've got the doors to reskin and possibly the frames to like make some patch repairs to. And then the tailgate itself, that's over there. It's just a bit scabby on the inside bottom edge, which is understandable. It's the bottom edge of the door. So instead of trying to spend £300 on a new one of them, we're going to see if we can salvage that, which I'm sure we will. And then we just got some trickery modification bits to do for some bits and pieces, which you'll see further on down the line. So yeah, it's really just a quick update. But yeah, thanks for watching and listening. Hopefully you gauge some interest and some information from it. And I'm learning on this as well, because it's the first time I've ever done anything other than a saloon or a clubman. So to me, all this rear end, like with the tailgate and all that kind of stuff, is learn as I go. And same with Adam, really. So we're both having fun doing it, and hopefully you are watching it. So watch the space, because there's some nice stuff going on with my interior, or custom made interior from C&S Customs. If you want to give them a shout on Instagram and Facebook, I think that's 100% right, yeah, C&S Customs. So give them a bell. But there it is for now, guys. Take it easy.